Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 9th. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to take a look at your current general energies for this week. You have this Chimera spirit, or this Chimera card, whatever, and it says, imagination clouds your judgment. So I would definitely be kind of like thinking clearly, obviously, although what I would say is that you have the Ten of Wands here. The Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is like a new beginning. Here's the imagination right here, Seven of Cups, but the Ace of Wands is a card of inspiration. It is a card of kind of following your inspirations as well. It might just, there might be something that you feel inspired to do this week, and, maybe you just need to look at past lessons. Maybe you need to look at kind of like everything you've learned over the past couple of years and kind of just add. It's funny, you have the Ten of Wands right there. I said Ten of Wands, so there you go. And, I kind of feel like you need to just look at like how far you've come, but also if there are any repeating lessons. What I'm getting here, Virgo, is that if there's anything that you've been repeating, I feel like you just need to look at those lessons and say, like, what is it that I keep repeating, or why do I keep repeating this? Because it's like there's actually something I feel very realistic, very successful that could come in for you. You have this windfall card over here. What does it say, windfall? Yeah, it says windfall. So I don't even think that just has to be money. It could be anything that you're kind of bringing into reality, but it's kind of like you have the Magician here as well. And sometimes I feel like the Magician is like saying, you have this goal, dream, wish, maybe something that you're thinking about accomplishing. And it's like good, but he has to use all his tools to be successful. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot right in front of him here. And, kind of what I feel for you is I feel like it's saying, like, okay, the idea is good, but it's time to like start using your tools. It's time to start putting things into action and making something realistic, right? You have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. I do feel like you're coming off of a difficult ending. I'm pretty sure this came up quite a bit in your 2023 readings, if I'm not mistaken, Virgo. And even if we go like this, up this way, Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords, Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. I kind of feel if you've had a difficult ending, or if you've experienced something challenging, or, whatever, it could be some sort of loss. You have the Two of Cups here. It could be like a relationship, separation, a breakup. The Seven of Pentacles says, like, once you decide to, like, take another path, and then, Seven of Pentacles going to the Ten of Wands, it's kind of like releasing a burden. It's kind of the energy of letting something go, and but being truly free because you let it go. And you have the Page of Pentacles, which is really interesting in this last row, because the Page of Pentacles really tells me there's something new coming in for you very, very quickly once you let something else go. I see this as good, but Ace of Wands, to me, there's this crumbling castle right here. It does not want to focus. But the crumbling castle represents out with the old, in with the new. And so I feel for some of you, you're definitely releasing something. And again, it could be an idea, a plan, a goal, a wish, dream, person. It could be anything. It's going to be different for all of you. And I feel like you're being guided. The Two of Cups definitely could be love, but intuitively, I kind of feel like the Two of Cups is talking about you and your higher self. As I always say, yes, this card represents love, but it's a card of communication. Right here is the Staff of Hermes, right by my finger, and the Staff of Hermes represents communication. So I feel like you could be receiving communication from your higher self. It's like your higher self is trying to guide you maybe in a new direction. The other interesting thing that I see here is that if we go this way to the Nine of Swords to the Five of Wands, I do feel like it's almost as if your higher self is, kind of guiding you maybe towards something that could be a little bit of a challenge, or something that is challenging. But Five of Wands is a card I call Indiana Jones. To me, it can represent a challenge, but it says if you go on this challenge, you're going to get some treasure, right? So, whatever it is, I would do it. With the Two of Cups here, you have the King of Wands. For some of you, I feel like you need to stop going for easy people. It's like, sometimes I think about that, like in relationships, if we pick people who are super, super easy for us, like they're easy for us, there's no challenge there. Like, maybe we're picking those people because they're easy. I don't mean that in a good way. So I kind of feel that some of you could be attracting a person, and I'm not suggesting. Again, somebody always says, like, I don't want a challenge or whatever. I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about, like, this person. It's not like they're going to be difficult. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is is that maybe they're a challenge in the sense that maybe they force you to grow. Maybe they force you to look at yourself and make changes. Maybe they push you outside comfort zones. Maybe they're super attractive and you're worried if they're going to cheat or whatever. Like maybe they bring up some insecurities. That's what I'm talking about here. And it's like maybe the people you pick are easy for a reason, and maybe it's not a good reason, right? And that's what I'm getting here. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Judgment card. Judgment is about like waking up to your true purpose, and it seems to me like I don't know. I feel like people could be waking up to their true kind of purpose at this time. I kind of feel we all are. We're entering into this time of Aquarius, as I always say. Aquarius is the star card. The way that I see it for you, Virgo, is that the star is guidance. It's like your North Star, the thing that guides you through life, the reason why you do things, and having a reason why kind of makes the difficulties and challenges worth it. So I kind of feel some of you are discovering more of a purpose, or you're just getting closer to your purpose. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Five of Cups, definitely some sort of disappointment or regrets going on in a situation. Someone has regrets, although intuitively, the Five of Cups doesn't really represent a disappointment, although he is disappointed, kind of. I kind of feel there's like I feel more of that like disappointment energy. Something didn't turn out the way you had imagined it with the Seven of Cups, and it could be anything. For a lot of you, it could be a love situation. For others, I feel it could be, anything. Could be financial. But again, if we go this way, look at this. I mean, this is like literally a turnaround in your love life going this direction. Knight in Shining Armor, Page of Pentacles, new person. So, like I said, I feel like there could be new love coming in for you. In the area of what you need to know right now, you have this seahorse spirit. It says, watch and wait. I literally feel that would probably be one of the best things you could probably be doing right now, is just watching and waiting. Kind of keep doing what you're doing, keep taking action, and prepare for opportunities. In those 2023 readings that I did, it was all about preparing for opportunities, whatever that means for you. It's like if you have a business, it's like how can you become more prepared for better opportunities? How can you set yourself up to be able to take advantage of opportunities? It's like people always ask me, well, Chris, how do you do that? And I say, well, I mean, I don't know. Without knowing your exact situation, I can't answer the question. But number one, preparation, education, is a great way to be prepared for opportunities, especially in work or business, but even love, being prepared that way. You could prepare your environment. I always say, it's like if you have a messy bedroom, if you have a messy house, apartment, whatever, it's like, are you going to invite someone over? No, you're not. So by having a messy house, for example, you are pushing love away. I think people don't realize that. It's like that seems disconnected, right? What does your home have to do with love? But it seems disconnected, but really what you're doing is you're pushing love away if you want love. Again, if you don't want love, I don't care. But if you want it, you know what I mean? It's like, are you setting yourself up for success? Are you acting as if? Because if you're not doing those things, then the answer is no, you're not. In business as well, it's like, this year, it's like I kept getting this message that you should be putting money aside. Not because maybe there's going to be a collapse or anything like that. Who the hell knows what's going to happen, right? But what I would say is because maybe there's an opportunity for you, for your business, that's going to require some extra money for you to be able to take advantage of it. So, it's like just having a little bit on the side. Maybe that's a good idea. I would be doing any of those things, plain and simple. You have the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Cups here. The Nine of Swords is something, I kind of feel like you're worried that this is your story, is what I'm getting here. It's very interesting as well because, your opposite sign is Pisces, and, sorry, I had to fix something over here, but your opposite sign is Pisces, and I've been getting, like, the same thing for Pisces. You two, I always say, you and Pisces are the most similar opposites out of all the tarot readings that I do, out of all the opposite signs. It's like you two always are so similar. So watch the Pisces reading if you have Pisces in your chart, but I kind of feel like there is a story that you want to change, Virgo, about yourself, and it's something where you're, and I kind of feel like this is saying don't surrender, like don't surrender to the story, as in it doesn't have to be your story, whatever has been repeating in your life. We even see this here. Six of Cups, of course, can be thinking about the past, but, Six of Cups is a gift from the universe, and I always say the gift we usually receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround. But it's like we've been trying to overcome something and we finally are able to move forward. That's what I mean by a turnaround. It's kind of like a removal of obstacles in your life. You have these Seven of Cups, so I feel like things need to be more focused. He is looking at all these cups. Not a bad card. Personally, I really like the Seven of Cups. To me, it can be a very good card. But I do feel at this time, we have to bring things down to earth. We have these ideas up here, 7 of Cups. So you're looking up, looking at all these dreams that you have, but you have to bring them down to earth to make them happen. So things need to be grounded in reality. And what's stopping you here, Virgo? Well, what I would say is 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. To me, 2 sevens in a row is internal fears that don't exist. So I feel like you have to let go of the fears to overcome some things. You're clearly going through some endings as well. I mean, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 2 10s, big endings. With the 6 of Cups, you have the Hangman. This was at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if you could see that on the camera over there, but this was at the bottom of the deck originally. And the Hangman, Pisces energy. So again, if you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely watch the Pisces reading. But I do feel some of you are kind of gaining enlightenment coming out of Hangman mode. It's like you're realizing or waking up to the things that have been keeping you stuck. I like where this is going now. It's not a bad reading at all, but I definitely like where this is going now more because I really feel what you are seeing, the things that are preventing your forward movement. And again, you're seeing the things, maybe the thinking, the beliefs, the whatever. You're seeing those things that are getting in your way. With the 9 of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles, so now it's time to change it. Knight of Pentacles is no movement. He is hesitation, fear as well, because he is fearing that he's not prepared. He is, kind of hesitating. It kind of represents playing it too safe, the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel it'd be a good time. I wouldn't take any ridiculous risk, of course, but any calculated risks that you could take would be a good idea. With the 7 of Cups, you have the 9 of Pentacles. For some reason I thought you had it twice, but you don't. 9 of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy, really good for you. And a card that kind of really tells me that you're prepared for 7 of Cups. Whatever you are imagining with the 7 of Cups, it doesn't even want to focus. Whatever you're imagining with the 7 of Cups, I feel could be something that could lead to a lot more success in your life. 9 of Pentacles, card of gratitude and luxuries. So there could be some nice things coming in for you. Even in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says windfall on it. It says, expect a sudden windfall of money or a pay raise soon. Spend money wisely. I literally just said this. Make sure both your head and your heart are aligned. So again, make sure you're doing things for the right reasons. It says here, remember you are here to teach others. So again, a lot of you could be teachers. You could be here to guide other people or whatever. Again, I think that as long as we're doing something for the collective right now, then we're going to get benefits for the next at least 20 years, if not much longer than that. Again, we're entering into this, age of Aquarius, this time of Aquarius. Kind of starts with Pluto going into Aquarius. People keep telling me the age of Aquarius doesn't start till 2500 or the year 2500 or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. We have all these planets going through Aquarius, right? I'm gonna claim myself the boss of the age of Aquarius. I'm saying it's right now because guess what? It's made up anyway. So there you go. I'm the king, the boss, the person who gets to decide. So if you don't like that, I don't know. Go watch someone else who will tell you it's 2500, right? But what I would say here is I feel as long as we're doing things that benefit the collective, then we're going to be very successful. We're going to make more money. We're going to, whatever, right? But again, the trick is infinity, putting energy out, getting energy back. It's giving in balance. It's, and also making sure that the things when you are making money, that it also benefits other people. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to donate money either. That could be, going and spending money locally or, things like that are all just gonna be super beneficial. So that's what I would do here. But there's clearly money coming in. I wouldn't burn through it if I were you, Virgo. Like I said, I kind of feel that you are one of the signs where there could be some sort of unexpected opportunity for you to, invest in your business. You could be investing in yourself, investing in your future. You could be traveling, moving. All these things are popping into my head. It's going to be different for all of you. But it's if you don't have the money, then you're not going to be able to do it. I don't even think you have to go crazy. Sometimes I like to remind people as well that with astrology, sometimes I think we just have to prove it to the universe that we're serious. And it doesn't even have to be that big of a commitment. And the universe is well, they're following the rules. I used to say all the time with Saturn and Capricorn, for example, back in 2016, 2017, around there, when Saturn was in Capricorn. I used to say, if you have debts, even I don't care if you had $1 million in debt and that you couldn't pay, if you make the agreement with the universe, hey, I'm going to pay $10 every single month, even though it's only $10, the universe is going to get out of your way because you're making the agreement, then you stick to the agreement, then you're working with the Saturn Capricorn energy. So I keep telling people, work with the energy. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or big or whatever. It's and I think people, when you have big problems, number one, you attract big solutions, which is the way you should look at it. Number two, when you have a big problem, it can almost seem impossible to fix or to overcome. But I don't even think this is a problem, Virgo. I think this is a good opportunity that's going to change your life. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. It probably feels a little bit dreamy, a little bit unreal with the Knight of Cups. He's normally looking into that cup, dreaming of something. Knight of Cups in love is someone who sweeps you off your feet. In business or work or something else in your life, it is an opportunity that sweeps you off your feet. So I feel there could be a very solid opportunity coming in for you here. I really see you not just like this week, but this entire year. It's almost like you're building your muscles with this Five of Wands, you know? I'm wondering if some of you are kind of working on developing a thicker skin or like not worrying so much what people think and all this other stuff, right? And just so you can maybe put your information out there or so you can take some bigger risks. I also do feel that there could be love coming in for you. Could be like a knight in shining armor type person. You have basically everything here. Water, could be an earth sign. You have a lot of earth here. You do have a little bit of fire as well, so it could be a fire sign. But, you know, whatever. Take it how it resonates, right? Let's see. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. I really see this as some sort of risk because it's like you have what you have right now, security, but it's like there's something like back over here that is Seven of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, something that maybe you want to do on your own. Nine of Pentacles, independent. The idea comes from yourself, plain and simple. So I feel like this idea or like maybe some sort of change you want to make in your life, maybe you're worried that other people won't be receptive or maybe you're afraid of criticism or judgment or, you know, whatever the case may be. But that's like the risk that I'm talking about here, taking the risk to do something different. Normally that lady is sitting somewhere and there's a new island behind her. She has to go to that island. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Four Wands, marriage. If you're meeting a person, could be a person that you marry, literally. For some of you, I feel like you have your eye on a person, a new person, or it could be a person you've had your eye on for a while, but maybe you've just never talked to them. Because if I go this way, it could be a Pisces, by the way, speaking of Pisces, but going this way, it's like there hasn't been communication yet, is what this Page of Pentacles is telling me. So you might have your eye on a person here. I'm wondering, you could work with this person. You could do similar work to this person is also what I'm getting. On top of that, it could just be a new person. Maybe you've just become aware of them. I kind of feel very weird about this Page of Pentacles because it's like maybe you've known this person, but maybe you've just decided that they're attractive. Like, I don't know. I'm sure you've all experienced that where you're like, hey, wait a minute, that person's very attractive. Like all of a sudden, maybe you've known this person for years or something. I don't know. With the Five of Wands, you have the Ten of Swords. You do have the Ten of Swords twice here. So there's been a difficult ending, but again, people love to tell me how bad the Ten of Swords is, and I'm like, the guy's got 10 swords in his back. He's definitely dead. It does not take 10 swords to kill a person. So, you know, it's like how bad. It doesn't get worse than that. It is the card of rock bottom. So, you know, again, I don't really look at the Ten of Swords as a bad card because it is the end. It's not even worth mentioning the Ten of Swords sometimes, I feel, because it's not worth focusing on. You know, it's like, yeah, he's like laying there dead, but he's also making a symbol with his hands that represents a blessing, and the sun is rising in the background. So it basically says, stop focusing on something that is dead, stop focusing on something that has reached rock bottom in your life, and like move on to something new. So, like I said, it's just a waste of time, right? At the end here, from messages from your future self, you have this last quarter moon in Cancer. It says, take a breather. Maybe you need a break. I feel like I need a breather in this reading here, Virgo, but I have like a little bit of a fever. I've had the flu for a couple of days and I'm like, you know, I'm sweating right now. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when I'm sick, I just channel like crazy, right? But, you know, I feel like I need to slow down in your reading. So I feel like I am channeling you I mean, that's how I read in the first place, but maybe you need to take a break, take some time for yourself. Maybe you need a vacation as well. You do have the Ten of Wands here, so I like that. You have the Ten of Wands, the Magician, and the Page of Pentacles. You know, I kind of have this feeling here where it's like, this is going to sound gross, but when I was a kid, like if I had a loose tooth, I would want this, if it just wiggled just a little bit, that tooth was out that day. I would wiggle it until it popped right out all day long. And, you know, I don't know, I was just like one of those weird kids. I would not wait for it to be, like my brother, he'd be waiting until that tooth was hanging by a thread, right? But not me. I rip those babies out. So I kind of have that feeling here where it's like, you know, but it hurt. That's the whole point of me saying this. So I feel like some of you, this is like saying, you know, don't try to force something before it's ready. If you need to take a break in your business, if you need to take a break in your relationship or whatever, or some area of your life. Take a break, or if you need to like slow things down, whatever the case may be, I would do it. You have the Magician as well, definitely a new beginning. Again, these are messages from your future self here. And I feel, again, like I said at the beginning of the reading, that your future self is saying, it's time to use your tools. It's like you have the idea. The Magician, he's using his words to create things, but now it's time to use all the tools that you've developed. I always, if the Magician shows up in the last row, I always pull the card that he's pointing to, which we're going to say is this one right here. And you have the Spirit. It says the Spirit on it. It says unseen forces watch over you. So I feel like you are clearly being guided as well towards something bigger and better in your life. You also have the Page of Pentacles, which is like a new beginning. Something new entering into your life is really what I feel. I also do get communication here, but it's like popping into my head that communication has not happened. Those are literally the words that I'm getting here. So if you're meeting a new person, if you don't already have a person, by the way, if you're meeting a new person, definitely could be a person where there's marriage potential in the future with the Four of Wands, but I feel like there needs to be communication. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Hermit, you showing up here, Virgo. I do feel like you're showing up in a strong position, and I feel like your future self wants you to tap more into your kind of like Hermit energy, wants you to shine your inner light as well. With the Magician, you have the Empress, so love it because you have the Nine of Pentacles as well. So going from Nine of Pentacles to Empress, you know, basically the Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. I feel like you're attracting a lot of abundance. I feel like you are very attractive at this time as well. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant, marriage. So for those of you that want to get married, there are 2 marriage cards right here. Could be a Taurus as well for some of you. But I would also say, like, don't be afraid of new ideas. The Hierophant is kind of like the card of traditional belief, and he can sometimes represent, like, thinking inside the box when you need to think outside the box. So trying new things would be a good idea for you, but pretty intense reading. You have this bold card that says plenty of material things, so definitely increasing your abundance. We've seen that already. You have this ear. It says good news. I was getting something about communication, and here you go. So there's clearly some good news coming in for you at this time. I also do feel there's something here about communication. Either you need to communicate with a person or a person needs to communicate with you. Take it how it resonates. It doesn't even have to be in love necessarily. This could be in business. You know, again, I feel like you know what it is if that message is for you in the first place. So, you know, there you go. You have this 4-leaf clover. It says great good fortune. Love this card. So clearly there could be good fortunes coming in for you and a lot of abundance. We already talked about this. But again, I want to stress that, you know, again, this is somewhere new that you're going to be getting these fortunes, new ideas, moving towards your new ideas. And again, I'm not even suggesting if you have a business, for example, that I'm not suggesting that you're getting rid of the business. You might just be upgrading it or redoing some things or trying something new or trying something different. I would do it. You have this rose card. It says romance is in the air. That's all we talked about, basically. So, yes. You have this pig spirit. It says beware of greed. We kind of talked about this a little bit. So, I don't think you would be greedy, but I would just be careful of, spending too much on things that you don't need and all that other stuff. But, damn, I love this reading for you, Virgo. Looks really good. So, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.